an obligation that we have to share with the international, our international partners. And it's good that we are now signing this protocol, or this particular ramification of the amendment of the Nairobi Convention and the Protocol for Protection of Marine. It is the protocol. Now, what are we going to do about it? What is the actual action? We are very good at signing protocols, very good at rectifying, but at the end of it, nothing really happens. Firstly, our oceans are completely polluted. We have now batches, Madam Speaker, we have batches of plastic going all over, round and round the world, and it'll come to our beaches, and it will inundate thousands and thousands, even millions of tons of this plastic that's going round and round the oceans. And also, they damage our wildlife and our fish life and our marine life. So having this protocol is very good. To note the threats to the marine and coastal environment of Western Indian Ocean is a good thing, but what are our responsibilities? How are we going to ensure that we're able to look after our part, and how are we going to make sure that others are not going to come and pollute our ocean, take away our fish, damage our habitat, and get away with it? Madam Speaker, you know, some of the best fishing takes place between the Somali coast, Lamu, and here. But mostly they are the foreign ships from Bangladesh and wherever. Thankfully, you know, like Mauritius takes advantage of nearly 80 or 90% of its fish. We in Kenya hardly are covering 10% of the fish. The rest of it is being taken away by big trawlers from other countries. So we want to make sure that does not continue to happen. Madam Speaker, as we are rectifying this particular agreement, we must know that there is a big disagreement between ourselves and Somalia as to what is our ocean, what are the boundaries of our ocean. So when we're looking at this, we must also at the same time be able to demarcate what is the Kenyan territory, so that we can look after it and we can make sure that we have measures put together to stop pollution. Madam Speaker, we don't even have a boat. I mean, some of the boats that we have are small boats. We don't have the larger controlled patrol boats which can go out and take action against people who are damaging our environment. We don't have even our navy is stretched. So there are a number of things. The convention, to sign the convention, beautiful. We do everything, that's very nice. But at the end of it, what are we going to implement? Our end of it. And how are we going to make sure that we can actually protect our oceans and make sure that the pollution that is floating around in the oceans, Madam Speaker, there's this, if you look at sometimes some of these documentaries, there's floating plastic, something like 15 square kilometers of it, and it goes deep, and that goes round the world. And if that one of those things comes and hits us in Kenya, we are done for. So we need to really be able to take action. We need to be able to track that particular disaster and make sure that it doesn't come, and if it's coming towards the Kenyan boundaries and Kenyan seas, we need to stop it. So we are very sure the ministry responsible for the implementation in regard with the Nairobi Convention, that's another one. What are we doing about it? The idea is we need now to take certain particular actions to protect not only Nairobi, and our environments, but our forestry, our fishery, and the Western Indian Ocean. Finally, Madam Speaker, I would be remiss if not to mention Lake Victoria. And when we are talking about this, I wonder, it only is talking about the environment of the Western Indian Ocean from the land-based sources and activities. Can you see they're really particularly targeting Kenya and the land-based sources? We would like to know also whether this protocol can be extended to cover Lake Victoria, which we share with our 3 partners, and also how we can make sure that our lake is not polluted in the same manner. With those few remarks, Madam Speaker, I support. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Zamzam.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, na mimi naunga mjadala huu wa leo, na niweze kusema kuwa bahari ndio imeleta uchumi mkubwa sana katika taifa hili. Na hii bahari ukiangalia imekuwa inadhulumika kwa mambo mengi sana. Tukiangalia watu wamekuwa wakitupa ndani taka, na ukiangalia zile chupa za plastiki zimejaa ndani ya bahari. Kwa hiyo mimi ningependa kusema tungeweza kuilinda bahari, tuweze kutoa zile taka ndani, serikali iweke mikakati muhimu ya kuweza kulinda bahari, kuhakikisha kuwa hata wale samaki walioko ndani ya bahari hawawezi wakadhurika na uchafu na utupwa ndani ya bahari. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nataka niseme hivi, wavuvi wetu wamekuwa wakifa na umaskini, lakini unaangalia kule deep sea ndani ya bahari, yule Mchina ndio ameingia na ile meli yake anavua ndani ya bahari, kisha zile samaki anakuja na tuuzia sisi kwa bei ghali. Mimi ningependa kuambia serikali tuweze kudhibiti anga zetu za bahari, tuweze kudhibiti sehemu zetu za bahari, ili hata kama wavuvi wetu wataingia baharini waweze kutuvulia sisi wenyewe samaki, waje wauze hapa.